After this 1 hour showcase for Bio Broly here, you are really going to understand the true power and true devastation a unit like this brings. And the reason why I say that is because this guy has some hidden effects in his passive that make this guy more demonic than you could ever really imagine. And you can't see it with the naked eye, but it's going to become super obvious when we run into events. And I'm going to pin the comment down below that guesses what that hidden power is, what that hidden potential is. So go ahead and guess if you'd like. Go ahead and update it as you watch this video. I will also give you a secret code at the end of the, or maybe somewhere in this video, to see if you're really watching this all the way. And if you type it, then you know what, I'll give you respect, and so will Bio Broly. Now, any good showcase of a unit will go through the unit first before we hop into the actual showcase, so I think it's only right if I talk about some of the most powerful aspects of this character. So, first things first, his stats. When you talk about 7,000 defense, you can't say that lightly, right? That is 7,000 defense. How many of you have 7,000 defense? That's exactly what I thought. Then, in terms of his passive skill, this guy is geared towards both single boss content and multi-boss content, right? So he gets 100% defense, and they take away attack power from him when he's facing only one enemy. They were so scared of how demonic this guy was going to come across that they actually went ahead and took away attack power. But you're going to see in this video that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And when he's facing 2 or more enemies, he's going to have 100% attack, basically the opposite, right? 100% attack, and he takes away, or they take away 50% defense. But as you're going to see, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day because his hidden true power is going to pop out. Now, I did give him a little bit of skill orbs here. Nothing too crazy. It doesn't really matter, you know, because again, his secret power takes over everything. His links are fully level 10. They even took a whole link away from him because of how strong he can really be. And he does have 3 category teams. I am not going to look at him on all of these teams in this specific video, but I already do have 3 pre-built teams for this, man. So if I go over to teams, go over to my 3rd slot here, I do have these 3 teams ready to go. The first one is basically like a Frieza Broly extreme class support team. Really nothing too crazy, but it can definitely get the job done. And if you were there, you know what, I'm not even gonna mention that, don't worry about it. Then we have our second team here, which is basically a mix of Janembas, Friezas, and Bio Broly. I really did want to put LR Janemba on the team because I recently pulled him, so I thought, why not run a movie bosses setup, because this guy is indeed a boss of his own. And then we have the full Broly team. This is probably going to be one of the most devastating teams. You're going to see absolute crazy numbers from this team, so I cannot wait for you to see that. I guess I might as well start with like the Frieza team up here. Honestly, why not, right? And the goal of this video is to take him into as much content that is basically available, because the only way you're really going to form an opinion on Bio Broly is if you can see him and in as many different situations as possible. So let's just start off a little light, all right, and let's take him into a Dokkan event and let's see how well he can perform in there. Now, one thing that you should really keep in mind when it comes to Bio Broly is that Bio Broly actually gets stronger depending on who you fight. And I'm not talking about that part of the passive we already read. It's just that Bio Broly actually low-key discriminates. And we can't really cancel him because it's not necessarily real. But when he's facing Goten and Trunks, things can get a little crazy a little fast. So if I go ahead and put him in slot 1, because again, this is a slot 1 unit if we really think about it, right? We are basically facing one enemy, so he is getting a buff right now of 100% defense, but we're taking away 50% attack from him. So keep in mind that whatever you see here, we are still basically losing half of our attack power. So we really have to factor that in before we judge what this unit can really do. And we also need to mention that Bio Broly it's not like he came out yesterday, right? Bio Broly is an incredibly old unit. I believe he came out in 2018, 2017, something like that. So the numbers we're going to see is basically around what you would have expected in that time. But even today, you're going to see some real special stuff. Watch this. So we're at 65,000 defense. And then granted, it's not the craziest, but you know what? Sometimes it doesn't matter about how a unit looks in terms of their numbers. It's about actually how they perform in the event. So let's go ahead and, you know what? Let's not use any items. Let's just see what this man can do raw, right? 100% raw, no item, no turn manipulation, nothing like that. Let's see what you can do right here. Watch this. So 287k, right? Which again, it's not that bad, but we have to add 50% on top of that, which gives us to about what, 600k ish attack stat. And remember, keep in mind that this Broly is not the only character who basically discriminates. And look at that. The kids were literally scared to attack. Keep that in mind. But anyways, Broly is not the only character on this team who really discriminates, right? Even Garlic Jr. himself does as well. Garlic Jr. is a 3-key 40% support to all extreme class allies. And the reason why that's super important to really mention, if we think about it, is he's not giving that support to Bio Broly because he doesn't care about Bio Broly the same way you and I do. You and I have that Bio Broly connection. So he's not, Garlic Jr. doesn't really care about him, and Garlic Jr., if he doesn't care about him, you know what that means, right? It means he's not giving him that extra 40% attack, which means that we have to basically add the 40% attack on top of the 500k, and we're pretty much good to go here. Now, unfortunately, we did already kill one character, which is perfectly fine, which means we are not going to see Broly at his strongest right here specifically. But again, what I want to prove to you is that even with the links active, these links aren't really active. It shows you that they're active, but what I'm trying to explain is that nothing really works in Bio Broly's favor because everyone hates him, everyone discriminates against him, and he discriminates against everyone. So what you're seeing in terms of attack stats is really only 10% of what he's really truly capable of if he wasn't discriminated against, right? Okay, let's go ahead and put him again in slot 1. I'm gonna keep, you know what? Actually, in terms of links, you know what? Let's go ahead and keep Garlic Jr. here because I know Garlic Jr. will eventually come around, right, and give a little bit of support. But it's really important to see what he takes right here from a Dokkan attack. We're taking about 131k. I mean, look, we survived, right? You might look at that and say, "Wow, we took a lot of damage," but we just survived an attack from a type disadvantage unit. How many units do you know in Dokkan that don't have an EZA? That don't really have a proper Dokkan awakening, right? That lower their own defense and can live a super attack from a type disadvantage unit in a Dokkan event from double 130 leads. You let me know when a unit can fulfill all of those conditions. Again, 130% leads, only 2 links active, lowers their own defense from their own passive, okay, and survives a type disadvantage super attack. You can't name another unit because it doesn't exist, okay? He is the epitome of power. And for you to sit here and act like that's not good is not a great thing at all. We're gonna look at one more rotation from this event, or basically from this fight here. I want to just go ahead and show you what Bio Broly can do once we really start focusing and getting to the final boss, which is the physical actually, are they physical in this event? I don't really know, but the actual Goten and Trunks. I don't want to fight 2 more enemies because again, I'll do that for Super Battle Road. Right now, our main focus, our main priority is trying to get Bio Broly to fight only 1 enemy so we can really see what he can do defensively, which again, I think we got a great showcase of his defensive power here. Now, we are facing 2 enemies, unfortunately, okay, so we're gonna see a little bit of a sneak peek of our Super Battle Road run right here, but what's really important is Janemba is corroded body and mind, okay? You know what that means? It means that since he is on corroded body and mind, he is corroding the body and mind of Bio Broly and of Garlic Jr., which means that if we get the same type orbs with our Janemba, and actually, I shouldn't have done that. I wanted to change the orb. You know what? Again, I'll save all the orb manipulation for a little bit later. But what I want to show you is on this rotation specifically, Garlic Jr. is supporting. And with these 4 type key spheres that we're going to get with Janemba, he's also supporting, which means that Bio Broly is going to easily jump up to, what, like 200k defense? Literally, like, it's just math if you really think about it at the end of the day. Let's see this. So 862. That is with our extra attack power, by the way. But look at that, only 35k. Only 35k. What character do you know that lowers their own defense and still takes only 30k? Can you name a single unit? I don't think you could. And the reason why is because as much as we really hate Bio Broly is extremely unique. There is not a single character that has the same exact passive, and there's a few characters in the game that lower their own attack and defense, but there's no one doing it like Bio Broly. No one is coming into these Dokkan events lowering their own stats and still putting up the same numbers that Bio Broly is putting up. So just for that specifically, we deserve to put some respect on his name. Now, I think we've seen enough from this specific Dokkan event. I want to go ahead and try it out to move up just a tiny bit in difficulty, and I want to try Infinite Dragon Ball History. Alright, so we hopped into the Goku's family stage, obviously, because it's Broly. Like, what other stage would we really hop into? The Goku's family stage of Infinite Dragon Ball History. We are running our man's Broly on the Int Broly leader skill. So we take a look at it. He's giving Planetary Destruction and Movie Bosses 3 key, 130% to HP, but 170% to stats. This team right here is going to be one of the strong, like, again, we were on a 130% leader skill before, so you really didn't see much of what Bio Broly can really do. We do have right here a really nice first rotation. Now, we do, I mean, I guess I'll keep Broly again in slot 1. We have to, I think this whole showcase would be a scam if I didn't put Bio Broly in slot 1 every single time, because again, we need to put him in harm's way to see how he does. Now, when this stage first came out, it was definitely on the difficult side of things, but over time it's become really easy. So Bio Broly will definitely cream pie this entire stage, right? 8,000. Keep that in mind. This boss right here, this stage does a lot of damage. 7,000. See that? Did you guys just see? Did you just see what I'm talking about there? That is one of his hidden abilities. Bio Broly just attacked and he just took less damage. Did you just see that? There is nowhere in his passive that mentions the more that he attacks, the stronger defensively at least he becomes. Nowhere in his passive does it mention that. But what did we just see firsthand? Bio Broly himself just lowered the amount of damage he took simply by attacking, even though it wasn't in his passive. That is one of his secret abilities that makes him just so devastating and so extremely OP when it comes to specific content, especially depending on who he's fighting. Now, we know that under all the goo, right, he's still basically Dragon Ball Z Broly, so he has a certain hatred, if you will, against Goku, obviously, and I think that hatred really extends to the rest of his family. So Raditz, right, Raditz would get clapped by Bio, let's just be honest, right? Raditz versus Bio Broly is really putting the hands on him, honestly. And then even to his father, Bardock, because it's really Bardock's fault that Goku exists in the first place, so it would only be logical for Bio Broly to, after clapping Goku, to go ahead and clap his dad as well. No sus intended. So here we are. We have but 2 links active, 69k defense. We're not really seeing him in Super Battle Road yet. We're gonna up the difficulty slowly, okay? The thing you have to understand here is that Dokkan is a game of very different, various challenging events, and the last thing I would want to do is to not properly show him in all of those. So we're gonna slowly build up, right, in terms of difficulty, in terms of things that we can really see. And until then, again, you will see what this, like, dude, when we hop into Red Zone, it's going to get scary in there. So stay tuned for that. But Bio Broly right now is 1 for 1 in terms of being able to really survive these events. So don't disrespect my mans, okay? So here we are. We do have some items we could use here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is actually run this item right here, the takoyaki item. Now what this does is change a few orbs into tech and give us a little extra attack power. But keep in mind that since we're only facing one enemy, only one enemy, his whatever attacks that we get right here, we have to multiply it by 2 to really see his true power, his true attack stat. Okay, so let's see what he does right here. We also have no support on rotation, so very important to think about that, right? He got up to 438k. Now again, multiply that by 2 is about what, 900-ish, you know, 900k, maybe about a million if you really do a little bit of extra calculations there. Add a little bit of extra stuff just because it's Bio Broly, so about a million or so. And then if you really add support on there, I mean, it would have been what, man, like 1.5 mil, right? And then when you think about how we're about to fight Goku in a few, it's gonna get really disgusting after that. So stay tuned. We're gonna fight after we fight Goku. That's when we'll move on to the next phase, because undoubtedly, Goku is the strongest enemy, the most annoying enemy in this fight specifically, right? The Tech Goku. So we have to beat Raditz first. After we clear Raditz, we're going to go fight Goku, and after we fight Goku, it'll be time to move on to the next difficult event. And honestly, after thinking about it, I mean, boss rush is pretty easy. I don't want this video to sound like, or to look like I'm trying to make Bio Broly look good, right? So I want to show you guys actual progression of difficult content. And the thing is, boss rush is literally just, you know, what's the word, like a Dokkan event but extended, right? I'm not really here to play the same thing twice, so we're gonna move up in difficulty. After Infinite Dragon Ball history, I think the next course of action would probably be the legendary Goku event, so stay tuned for that. What I also could do, I mean, again, this is Bio Broly, I can't put too much effort into a video like this, but you know what, for your sake, I'm going to commit to it right now. I'm going to put timestamps somewhere, maybe in the description, or like in the, I don't know how it's gonna work yet, but I'll do timestamps to where you can jump around and see me run this guy into different types of content. So I'll do one for Dokkan events, then I'll do one for Infinite Dragon Ball history, then one for LGE, LVE, all the type of stuff, the God event. Again, we're really here, collection of epic battles, because again, this is Bio Broly. He is an epic battler if you really think about it. So I cannot wait to show you what this man is truly capable of. Okay, let's just hop in here. I'll leave, you know, Janemba in slot 2 just because Janemba needs to be in slot 2 for that extra little juicy power, right? All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do here. Let's just kill him real quick. I could cut off these things as well, but I really want you guys to see the raw. I don't want it to make it look like I'm cutting too much, because again, you're not really going to see the full experience here, right? Now we are facing Goku. I'm going to put Bio Broly in slot 1. As you guys can see, we have no defensive manipulation happening right here, which means that, you know, if we survive this, it's not because of any RNG or because of luck. It's because Bio Broly is truly one of the, if not the biggest goats of Dokkan. So let's just hop into the next event. I mean, sorry, not next event. Sorry, look at this. So you're telling me that Bio Broly just ate a super attack from one of the hardest hitting stages, right? You might see that as an L, but he just ate. He literally a super attack, okay? He licked his fingers off of that super attack from a Goku. I want you to keep that in mind before you judge on how we just died right there, because we might have just died, but Goku's the one who really took an L because he couldn't even kill a character with less than 100k defense and a lot of green goo all around him. If we really think about it, it wouldn't have been a good idea to run into the, you know, the legendary Goku event, if you will, with nothing less than a full Broly team. So that is exactly what I brought into the stage today. We have 69k defense, but again, we're only facing one enemy, so you continue to see, you're continuing to see a gimped version of what this man is truly capable of. Now my items here are obviously not that great. You know what we're gonna do? Let's show what this man can really do in slot 1. So what I'm gonna quickly do is change a little bit of the orbs on the field, right? Just a little bit of you know, playing around, if you will. Then I'm going to change some of those orbs into tech. I guess more of those into tech. Give a little attack buff per orb obtained. Again, this is going to be a very similar rotation to last time, but again, this is the legendary Goku event, so don't think that it's going to end the same as it did last time. This is going to be easily a 1.5 2 mil attack stat right here. Okay, let's see. 438. So again, you double that, around 900 up to a million. No support, so if we add support, it's about 1.5-ish. And then his hatred against Goku gives him a little extra power. Plus, his links aren't really active. So he's hitting 2.5 mil literally every single turn. And Dokkan is purposely gimping him. Like, if take that. It's one of those things where I don't think you could really appreciate how good a unit is until you really start to understand what this man can really do and what this man could really bring in a Dokkan, not even a Dokkan event, sorry, a legendary event setting. We just survived one whole rotation with Bio Broly on a legendary event setting. What's also really important to understand is that Dokkan has its own canon, right? So if Bio Broly survives this turn from Super Saiyan 2 Goku, what it really means, right, is that Broly, or Bio Broly, is actually stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Goku. 19k is literally nothing. And again, we're not doing much damage in return. But again, I'm not going to go ahead and explain to you everything you have to add to this man. And we get an additional. He attacks twice. How many units do you know in Dokkan that low-key attacks twice, even though their passive doesn't have that? And I understand that you may think, Mr. Baby, but you gave him additionals. I understand that, but prove it. Not that I gave him additionals, but prove. I want you to prove right now that last additional we just saw from Bio Broly didn't come from his from me giving additionals. Prove it. Prove that it did. Prove that it didn't. The answer is you can't. So if you can't prove that it came from his what's it called? His passive. Sorry, not his passive, his additionals that I gave him, then you really can't prove or disprove the fact that it might have come from the hidden part of his passive, right? Think about that. That is another secret power that Bio Broly has. Every single event, man, we're really just literally unbinding all of the true secrets of Bio Broly here. Bio Broly, so far that we have seen, is a unit who can do like secretly additionals, okay? And he also secretly is stronger, like I just said, than Super Saiyan 2 Goku, which many people wouldn't really believe if you really think about it. Some people would really sit here and disrespect Bio Broly's power, but he's clearly stronger than what we just saw, clearly stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Goku. And the other secret part of his ability that we have uncovered so far is that even though his passive doesn't say it, he takes less damage as the fight goes on, the more times he attacks, right? Now look at this. This LR Tech Broly just took 76k, right? Off of normal. Did you see Bio Broly doing that? No, answer the question. Did you see Bio Broly taking 76k off of normal? You know what the answer is, by the way? The answer is no. And something I really need to show to you, which is another secret part of his passive ability, is just watch. So Broly here, right? His defensive stat is 12,000. Okay, 12,000. We only have one dupe in him, but still 12,000 defense. Bio Broly, on the other hand, this is just simple math. has 7,000. But how did Bio Broly take less damage on a normal than my man's right here? You know what the answer is? The answer is that another secret ability of Bio Broly is that Bio Broly actually has more defense and is passive than what it leads to. It's not only that he builds up defense per attack or whatever. It's not that, you know, he performs additional super attacks. It's because he has more defense than they're not necessarily showing you from his passive. Again, the math, the numbers add up, okay? It's not like I'm trying to be crazy or sound weird. The numbers really add up. We are now facing God Goku. The question is Bio Broly stronger than God Goku? Personally, I feel like he could be. Let's see. 46k. He is taking less damage from God Goku than the LR Broly was taking from Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Just put that in your mind, okay? Now let's move on to the next event before whatever we see happens here. Hold on, let's move on. If you think about it, there would have been so much controversy in the community if Bio Broly survived a super attack from God Goku. So even though he did survive that super attack, I didn't show it because, again, it would have just been a little bit too much for people to handle. So anyways, we are here in Super Battle Road. I think it is the next logical step in terms of difficulty in Dokkan. Now, you could argue some other events are a little bit, you know, but I feel like from the Legendary Goku event, I think SBR is a great step in that very difficult, you know, selection of events, if you will. Now, the really great thing about SBR is that we are finally seeing what this man is really, truly capable of in terms of his attack power. When he's facing 2 or more enemies, he loses a little bit of defense, which doesn't really matter, right? Defense does not matter in Dokkan. What really matters is the extra attack that you're going to get. So, let's go ahead and change some orbs here. We already know how well this man can do. So, in terms of just not getting orbs, we've seen him in terms of not really doing much. So we want to make sure that anything we see from now on is us doing our best to make sure Broly looks as good as he can possibly look, right? So let's get this full orb, or I guess full, you know, look at this. Dokkan doesn't even want me to get the full orb, the full field of orbs here, but it doesn't really matter because Bio Broly is one of those units that can still survive and get the job done regardless, okay? So let's hop in. And actually, I want you guys to do me a favor, okay? Do me a favor and count how many times Bio Broly dies in this video. Count it. I dare you to count how many times Bio Broly dies in this event. Or sorry, in this entire showcase. Just count and let me know at the end of this video how many times you counted. I bet you can't count a single one, okay? Let's hop into this. Let's go. So, here we are, slot 1, taking a little bit of damage here. Nothing too crazy, though. All right, nothing too crazy, easy. The next logical event to take on after we just incinerated Super Battle Road with our Bio Broly is, of course, the God Event. Now, Bio Broly is built in such a way where when he's facing a god, he becomes a god himself. And you know what gods do? Gods allow other people to take the pain for them, right? Gods allow, you know what? I'm not going to handle that because I'm a god. So why, if you think about it, why would I put Bio Broly, right, in the first slot? It wouldn't make sense. He has become a god. He's ascended. So we need other units to really sit here and do all the dirty work for him. So if our Bio Broly, with no type of anything going on right now, if you think about it, if he can survive a rotation from a god event, I don't want to hear absolutely anything. I actually thought we were about to get AoE there. See, he's dodging, but that's perfectly okay. We need him to dodge because we want to save HP for when Bio Broly comes in and claps my man up real quick. Watch this. Okay, you know what, Frieza? Continue doing you, Frieza. My bad. All right, Frieza, my bad. Bio Broly is waiting, though, so can you relax, please? This is the Bio Broly showcase, not the you showcase, my man. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, watch this. Again, Bio Broly has not died a single time in this entire showcase yet, and you can't say anything otherwise. What I really didn't tell you about that last run, because I know you saw Bio Broly flying back, but that's just something that Bio Broly does sometimes when he gets hit a little too hard, but he's not necessarily dead just yet. You know how in Dragon Ball they like to really dramatize things, if you will, right? So sometimes a character will fly all the way back, you know, be on the ground, like, ugh, I can't really move, you know, just to really bounce back and get like a whole Zenkai and stuff. That's basically what Bio Broly just did. So whatever you saw, just ignore it. It wasn't really anything crazy. But what I failed to tell you is that I was actually running Broly on a full 130 team. That's why you actually ended up seeing, you know, the freezes on the team and all that good stuff. Right now, in this event specifically, we are running a full Broly team, right? We are running what we need to run to really make sure Broly is looking as good as he can possibly look. That way we can make sure that next time we actually hop into this event, because again, this is just a test run, right? This is something that was basically me showing you that Bio Broly can basically eat a super attack completely fine, but this AGO Broly can't. And what's crazy is that this AGO Broly has an easy A. So that what I just like, that whole thing was planned just for me to show you that another secret thing about Bio Broly here is that it literally says it is passive. You can't necessarily see it, right? But he is better than EZA units. He is stronger than EZA units. Tell me how this man who's EZA'd, okay, who came out way after 2017, his EZA, just died to a super attack, but you have not seen Bio Broly die to a super attack just yet. You can't answer that because in his passive it says that. I know you can't read it, it's okay, but it's there, man. I'm telling you, it's there. We have one turn right here. Let me put my money, my Dokkan account where my mouth is, and put Bio Broly slot 1, and let's see him survive and tank this, because we already know, okay? We already know that AGL Easy and Broly can't, but Bio Broly himself? Come on, man. Don't disrespect the man Bio Broly himself. Don't do that. Look at this. Look at this. I sincerely apologize about that interruption we had just now. I got a call from Bio Broly's father, which I know you think is dead, but actually, you know, King Kai does not only listen to Goku. Okay? King Kai services multiple people, if you will. Anyways, I got a call from Bio Broly's father telling me to basically cut off the camera because Bio Broly was about to enrage and become the best unit in the game, and they can't really have that, you know. Bio Broly they keep restricting my man Broly, so I couldn't necessarily show you Bio Broly's secret revival skill, because I know it looked like he died, but he had a revival skill that I couldn't really play. So unfortunately, that is not evidence of him dying. You just really have to cope with what you just saw. But regardless, it is what it is. Here we have a very unique situation that I need to show you, okay? So we have Physical Raditz on the team. Physical Raditz is a pure Saiyan's leader. I had to wait. For Raditz to show up, okay? For me to show you the secret power of what we're about to witness from Bio Broly here. Bio Broly is not on pure Saiyans. They disrespected my man and said that if you have goo on you, no matter what the color is, you cannot be considered pure anymore. And you know what? Sometimes I understand that, you know, and if you get it, you get it. But the thing is that Bio Broly's secret ability in his passive allows him to take on the leader skill of any character, all right, no matter what the leader skill is. And if you haven't noticed yet, we are in the GT edition of the legendary Goku event, so the proof is really going to be right before your eyes, right? When you witness and see that Bio Broly doesn't die from an attack from a GT legendary Goku event character, you are really going to witness that extra part of his passive. We have witnessed so much already from Bio Broly's secret passive skill. We have a revive mechanic, which again I couldn't really show you, so I apologize about that. He gets extra defense every single time he attacks. He builds a bit. He basically stacks defense, but literally from his passive instead of his super attack effect. What's it called? He also has a little bit of damage reduction in there, but again, I can't really talk about that too much. You haven't really seen that in action just yet. I mean, Bio Broly is really just a fine specimen when you really think about it. He is probably one of the most unique specimens Dokkan has ever witnessed in the entirety of mankind. And if you've made it this far, I just want to say I really do appreciate you. You know, this is a very unique event, a very unique circumstance, and for you to be witnessing firsthand a showcase of the God himself, I don't really think there's a better way to end your day. Maybe even depending on wow, English. It depends on when you're really watching this. Again, you know what? No, I'm gonna tell you this, okay? Another part of Bio Broly's secret effect is he makes me stutter. All right. Sometimes talking about Bio Broly makes me just a little nervous, and it's literally in his passive. Again, you can't necessarily see it, but I stuttered there because Bio Broly is making sure that whatever comes out of my mouth is correct, right? He wants to make sure he is respected because nothing in Dokkan respects him. His father doesn't even respect him. So when it comes to really putting that in your mind and really understanding the situation we're in, you really start to understand that Bio Broly commands attention and respect from anyone else that he can, especially including me. And who am I to not give someone the respect and attention they really deserve? Because Bio Broly deserves it, right? Bio Broly deserves it, and I think that you understand that he definitely deserves it as well. All right, so next rotation, we are going to see Bio Broly in action. It took him 3 turns to appear, which means that he's going to do triple the damage. You just wait, okay? And of course, towards the end of this video, I do have a secret team that I'm going to need to show you. All right, anyways, here we go. So Bio Broly here. Now what I could do, right, is put him in slot 1, but I think putting him in the second slot here for him to take all those attacks and to show you what he's really not proud of. You know what? I would do this. I think circumstances, would allow for me to do this, but I really wanted to show you how even with 42k defense and even with not being on the physical Raditz leader skill, we're still going to, so it doesn't really matter where I put him if you really think about it, because we're surviving regardless. Let me go ahead and just do this real quick. Let's just go ahead and do this, and let's go ahead and do this. So again, we do not have we are missing an entire leader skill right now, and Bio Broly just survived an attack from a GT legendary Goku event character, and as you guys can see, he just performed an additional super attack. You can't prove that came from me giving him additionals, which means that you also can't prove that it didn't come from his passive, which means that you have to put respect on Broly's name. You can't sit here and act like that you didn't just see what you just saw, okay? Bio Broly, without an entire leader skill, just survived an attack. And guess what? Broly himself, the legendary Super Saiyan into Broly, also survived attack from Goku, a tight disadvantage attack from Goku, while Bio Broly's on rotation. You know what that also means? If you really think about it, what it means is that Bio Broly also has a supporting effect from his passive. And this is where my damage reduction thing kicks in. Bio Broly has the ability, low key, to give damage reduction, okay, to allies. I mean, technically Broly's an enemy, but 2 allies on his team, which are still considered enemies. He has the ability to do that, give damage reduction to his allies. So what you just saw there was a result, because how could you explain into Broly, who stacks extremely slow, to take double digits from a super attack from a physical enemy in the GT version of the legendary Goku event? The secret here, at the end of the day, right, is that it's damage reduction. And unfortunately, it doesn't really go on to 2 turns, so we could have seen this this Tech Broly do a little bit of work there, but it's not a 2-turn buff. It's only a 1-turn buff, so I can't necessarily show you the effects of that on 2 turns. But you know what? I think it is what it is. Let's move on to the next most difficult event, that we can offer. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if this video ends literally on exactly 1 hour, it's not necessarily my fault. It's just that, I've had enough. Okay, let's move on to the next event here. I just want to show you something before we hop into our collection of epic battles. Again, I can't speak English. Before we hop into our collection of epic battles run right here, I want you to realize that when it comes to Dokkan, right, it may feel like a Raditz, but when it comes to Dokkan does not want to give me any proper leader skill here. We're not getting the friends that we really need to get. So when I run units like this physical MV who gives extreme class 3 key 90%, I want you to understand that I really have no option, A, and B, Dokkan does not want me to let this man shine. Keep that in mind. We have gotten a multitude of 200% leads, but unfortunately, not a single one Not a single one for Bio Broly. And if you really think about it, how else could you explain? How else could you explain the disrespect for Bio Broly with no actual good friend leaders and no 200% leads? And yet, we have not died a single time in this entire video. Not a single time. After this event, we still have the legendary Vegeta event to run through. We obviously have to show you his magnitude and his power in Extreme SPR. And then we have Red Zone Broly. I think Red Zone Broly is where things should theoretically wrap up, right? Because again, it's like I could take him into Battlefield, but you have to understand that Battlefield, I mean, we've already technically ran into content stronger than Battlefield, so why would I really waste my time with something like that, right? There we are, literally slot 1 here. We have a type disadvantage unit attacking us in slot 1. Now, one part of Bio Broly's passive skill right here that again you haven't seen just yet, and you know what, I would implore you to write down all of the passives, sorry, not all of the passives, but I would implore you in the comment section of this video, if you've watched this entire thing, to write down Bio Broly's true passive skill, okay? This is what I would really need. If you've made it all this way, I would like for you to type in the comments right now, Bio Broly's full passive. If you type his full passive, then I know you've watched this video. I'm talking about the damage reduction he gives, the extra defense he gets, all of that support, everything that I told you Bio Broly secretly does. I want you to type it in the comments if you're willing to. That's how I know you're really going to be able to understand what this unit does, and that means you've watched this entire video, which I really appreciate you for. But another ability of our man Bio Broly here is that he can actually die here, okay? He can. But it states in his passive, if he's facing an intelligence enemy and he survives the first attack, he's already proven his dominance and will be allowed to end his life on the face of the earth. And it's not that he is getting killed, it's just that he is basically offing himself because he doesn't really want you guys to really see, like, he's basically ending himself, okay? He does not want you to see him dying, so technically he can't really be killed by anyone other than himself. So as long as he survives this attack right here, which he did, he just survived a super attack from an extreme class enemy in the collection of epic battles. So what you just saw there was not Bio Broly dying, but Bio Broly making sure that he took his own way off of this earth. So I need you to respect what you just saw. Let's move on to the next event. Honestly, man, Bio Broly is really putting in a lot of work, and I really want to make sure that you're understanding this and really appreciating everything that you're seeing right now. I think you can easily argue that Movie Boss's Extreme SPR, which is what we're in right now, right? This is Movie Boss's Extreme SPR. You can argue this is probably one of the toughest stages in this entire game. Now, again, I think that the legendary Vegeta event is, you know, has some stronger opponents compared to, you know, ESPR, which is why I'm doing this one first. And then, of course, Red Zone exists, right? But when you really think about it, right? When you just take a second and really think about it, Bio Broly is a unit who, even in Extreme SPR, shines like no freaking other, okay? And I want to show you how much he can really shine in this event right here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop an Android 8, because an Android 8 obviously, you know, is good. But double Android 8 is what we can really, where we can really see the true power and true potential of a unit like Bio Broly. Now, as you guys can clearly see here, I'm not going to get a super attack with my man Bio Broly, but you're wrong, because the way the orbs felt, which, by the way, is a secret passive skill ability for Bio Broly, right? The ability to have orbs fall the way they need to, is so that Janemba can get his basically support ability off, which allows him to allow Bio Broly to get his super attack. So what you're seeing right now may be a gimped again, I only have one item. I'm going to show you the true terrifying power of Bio Broly. And remember his passive. If he can survive at least one attack, he will do the job himself, okay? Let's see. Look at that. He survived a whole attack in Extreme Super Battle Road. He did not even have type advantage. He did not have type advantage, and he just survived the whole attack in Extreme Super Battle Road. If you're not giving my man a W, I don't know what you're doing. If you have ever watched the legendary Super Saiyan movie, then you would know this right here is going to get very, very interesting, because when Dragon Ball Z Broly first came out, Vegeta was absolutely terrified of my man. We're talking about to the point where his Saiyan instincts, Vegeta's Saiyan instincts is to fight, right? His Saiyan instincts is to, you know, win, right? He is a warrior by heart. But Dragon Ball Z Broly took that away from him. If you watch, again, this is not cap. If you watch the movie, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. He could not, he knew he was already going to receive an L from attacking Z Broly, right? Now, after the events of the legendary Super Saiyan, Broly came back to fight, and if you remember specifically, he got a Zenkai boost during the second, what was it called? Second Coming, there you go. Second Coming for Dragon Ball Z Broly. He got a whole Zenkai boost, which means that he was stronger than what he was in the first movie, which means that Vegeta obviously wouldn't have fought him. But guess what? Broly is so goated that he got 3 entire movies. Do you understand what that means? That means that Broly has had 2 entire thick boy Zenkai boosts. You understand what that means? Yes. It means that Broly here is going to put in a lot of work facing our man Vegeta, okay? I'm talking about so much work that Broly is not going to be able to attack. So much work that Vegeta is not going to be able to attack. Vegeta is not going to be able to fathom the power that he is going to receive when Bio Broly attacks him, okay? So I want you to understand what you're about to witness here. There is a lot of lore in this fight. You think it's just Dokkan? You think this is just me bringing a lot of Broly units into a very specific event? No, it's deeper than that, okay? This is a matchup of fate, a battle of fate, if you will, which brings me to another point. Z Broly's part of his passive, like a part of Z Broly's passive, sorry, is that he's actually on other secret categories it doesn't mention. He is on Battle of Fate, all right? This was a fated battle. Ever since Vegeta came along and went on his entire knees for Broly, this fight was destined to happen. Now, I would absolutely love to put Broly in the first slot there. You know what? I'm going to, actually, because this is actually important. This is important to prove. This actually goes again. This is actually perfect if you think about it. I was going to rotate Broly off. Bio Broly, sorry. But I just made a whole speech about the lore. So if Bio Broly survives attacks from the legendary Vegeta event, and he doesn't even get a chance to build up his own defense, am I really wrong? Look at this. Look at this. Look at what you are seeing. 3 attacks from the legendary Vegeta event, and Bio Broly not only survived and ate all of those like a bag of Funyuns, if you will, but he also performed a critical hit. Does his passive say he performs a critical hit? The answer is no. And can you prove that came from his being a tech type unit? You can't. You know what that means, right? That you also can't disprove that Bio Broly also has the secret ability to crit. This man has shown you so much more than you honestly deserve. So I really hope that you're taking everything here into account and you're really giving Bio Broly the respect that he deserves, okay? Because before we end this video, in the red zone of all stages, you need to really understand what you're facing here and basically what's going on, right? Bio Broly just backed up everything that I said about the lore between him and Vegeta. Vegeta was so scared that he didn't super attack. Vegeta was so scared that he didn't kill. And Bio Broly was so dominant that even though he didn't get his super attack, he still survived. And on top of that, he performed a critical hit. I would really like to see Bio Broly's full passive. You watch this entire video in the comment section below. Tell me everything you've learned that Bio Broly can do. The hidden crits, the hidden additionals, all of the defensive power, the categories he's on, the fact that he ignores leader skills, that he accepts leader skills. It's a unit that is really stronger than you really think. And I think the perfect way to end a video like this is to watch Bio Broly do it again. You thought that, you really thought that this stage was it? You really thought that physical Vegeta was it? Let me show you how Bio Broly survives tech Vegeta here. Look at that. Look at this. Did you just see that? He took what? Was that 20k? Hold on, I didn't even see it. I think that was 20k, right? Hold on. What was it before? I said, did you see that? But apparently I didn't see that. That's another effect of Bio Broly, right? He allows you to ignore the damage he just took, allowing you to believe that he's okay, which if you think about it, falls in line with everything I've been telling you. Bio Broly is bullied in this game. But what his final message is that he wants you to realize he's truly okay. He is truly not bothered by anything this game has to offer. So the only way to end a video like this is to bring him into the event that started it all. There is no doubt in my mind whatsoever that Broly is the toughest boss in this game. There is no doubt in my mind whatsoever that Bio Broly, who, by the way, keep in mind, right, Dragon Ball Super Broly was inspired by Dragon Ball Z Broly. And if you remove all the green goo, you know who's really under this all? Dragon Ball Z Broly. So the reason why this man exists, right? This Super Broly, the real reason, the only reason he actually exists is because Bio Broly exists, if you think about it. Which means that if we survive at least one attack here, that's it. So what I want you to see, okay? What I want you to really truly understand is that what you just saw was game over, right? But if we really take a deeper look into this, Bio Broly not only survived an attack in Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle the Ultimate Red Zone Movie Edition event, but he's actually Bio Broly's father. What the heck am I saying? He's actually Dragon Ball Super Broly's father. He's the only reason why this man exists, which means that this man is only a reflection of what Bio Broly truly offers to the table, right? If you think about it, his son, Dragon Ball Super Broly, is so strong, not because he's strong, but because he came from Bio Broly first. Bio Broly was the last version of Dragon Ball Z Broly that we saw. So for him to be that strong only speaks volumes of how OP this man really is. So before you say that Dragon Ball Super Broly is the toughest event in the game, I need you to realize that the only reason why he is that way is because his father is Bio Broly. I only need you to understand that the damage that you are receiving from Dragon Ball Super Broly in Red Zone is actually damage that you are receiving from Bio Broly. The only reason why he's so strong is because Bio Broly, which means that when you hop into the Red Zone against Broly, you are not fighting Dragon Ball Super Broly. Who you're fighting is the power of Bio Broly, which means that if we lost against him, who really won? Was it Bio Broly? Or was it Bio Broly? Think about that. I was actually about to end the video, but then I remembered something. Then I remembered that we didn't even take Bio Broly into the event where he's going to shine the most in this game. Not only will he be fighting a Goku, his sworn enemy, but the EZA Super Saiyan 3 Goku event, stage 234. Now, if you don't know, this event is actually weak to two specific things, all right? Extreme Tech and Resurrected Warriors. Do you understand what this means? This means that this event is actually made specifically for Bio Broly. If I hop into this event really quick, this is definitely a pretty tough one. Like, you gotta have a very specific team build for this. Now, as you can see, this is a team that I beat the last stage with. However, we don't really need all of these units. If I go over to just team formation, click clear, go to Extreme Tech, or Extreme Class, sorry, go to Tech, and then go to Resurrected Warriors right here, you will see a man, a myth, a legend appear before your eyes. And that man, that myth, that legend is actually Bio Broly himself. So it's going to be extremely, again, since we can't even bring items into this, so you're going to see raw, unfiltered power from Bio Broly himself, especially when he has advantages against, I mean, I guess it's not raw, but it's definitely raw if you really think about it, right? So let's go ahead and just bring this team. Now, I can go a few different ways when it comes to building this team, but I think the best way is to lead with Broly, and of course not Bio Broly, but specifically LR Tech Broly here. I wouldn't be dumb enough to lead with Bio Broly. That would just cause the game to break, meaning I one-shot the event, which means I get a contact from Bandai telling me that they have to forfeit my account. I'm not going to do all that, all right? If I bring Bio Broly as a leader, they will instantly ban my account for literally any event, which is why I did not do it this entire video. It's literally a cheat code. I would not recommend you try it yourself, okay? Anyway, so I'll go ahead and bring my LR Broly, and I do think it's super important to bring LR Demon King Piccolo. Now, LR Demon King Piccolo is one of those units that changes orbs, becomes really OP after he gets a lot of orbs. This is a unit that you really need on the team. Then we have some defensive juggernauts in the Golden Frieza, another really great stacking unit, which is going to be the Transforming Frieza as well. Now, from here, you can go a few different ways. Honestly, AoE Vegeta could put in the work here, so I'll go ahead and bring him in because honestly, why not? Honestly, we can definitely bring Exchange Boo. Exchange Boo is definitely a better unit than what people give him credit for, so I'll go ahead and throw him in here. And then, actually, you know what? I realized that's my last slot, so unfortunately, I can't. It is Bio Broly time here. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Can this team right here, one of probably the best teams you have ever seen in your life, go ahead and complete this event? Now, I would like to... Can I get like a Resurrected Warriors lead, maybe? Like something actually like useful here? Come on, you know? No Resurrected Warriors lead, maybe? No? Okay. You know what? Tech Gohan here. I mean, I would bring Tech Gohan, but again, remember, I told you in this video that Bio Broly doesn't really care about the other friend leader, so he's still getting the buffs regardless. However, I do need to mention that you know what? Let's just play it safe. No support memory, no support item. Let's see how well we do in what I would definitely consider now the last final event in this showcase. So we are going to see right now, turn 1, what he is truly capable of. 55k defense you think might be bad, but with a unit who is meant to be an event like this, that is extremely good. Do not lay your eyes for 1 second off of the man, the myth, the legend himself, again, Bio Broly. Let's see how he performs here in slot 1. He takes 70, that's it? 71k. Watch him take less damage now too, by the way. Watch this. 72k. Now, technically that is a little bit more damage than before, but what, again, you really need to understand about Bio Broly is that the way his passive is set up, it's set up in such a way where he's actually able to tank that, but it's just a decision on his part not to tank it, because again, if he tanks certain things, then it just makes him look a little bit more sus. And his whole goal after being bullied, again, he is bullied, he is someone who's disrespected in this game. So why would he try his best to go over everyone's radar? He needs to fly under the radar and perform the way he needs to perform. So what I would say, the thing to take away from the showcase is to use Bio Broly on your own, right? Take him into these events, and you are going to see the secret power that he really holds. And once you see that, there will be no going back for you. No going back at all. And I think you are really going to appreciate the power that Bio Broly brings to your box. I am not going to have a subscriber challenge in this video, but the secret code that I mentioned I would have is now coming to a close. What I need you to type right now in the comments, besides all that passive skill stuff for Bio Broly, which you can do if you want, but the secret code is Bio Brolin, BROLIN apostrophe. Okay, that's all I need you to type. If you type that in the comments, I know that you made it this far, and I know that you have a place, special place in your heart for what is Bio Broly, and because of that, I can appreciate you as well. I will see you all in part 3 of the Bio Broly celebration, the 40,000 subscriber special.